The tears that taught you well. The tears that taught you well is the message that I keep hearing today. And it's interesting because I feel the energy of someone that has been crying, that someone that has been upset a lot lately. And today is a day of, it's almost like a burst pipe, like a breakthrough. It's heavily raining here where I am. It's just wild, dark, grey. And when I came home today, something that I have as kind of like a protection at my door, it was broken. And there's this energy of something had to break. Something had to break in order for it to change, to grow. And I feel like the tears that you're experiencing now is that break, is that burst pipe. It's like you needed this release to be able to reach higher, to move through. It's like water's breaking in a birth. It needs to happen. You know, when that happens, it all starts to happen. It's all going. So you've hit this point now in your life where the waters have broken, well and truly broken. So let's get into this, shall we? And see, what does this mean for you right now? What does this mean for you right now? Wise owl, wisdom, knowledge, and perspective. Perspective is the word I want to focus on with this card because your perspective has changed. And as the wise owl here, you are in an observation point. And what you have been observing is possibly how people are treating you, how you're treating yourself, the things that you are experiencing and going through. You've kind of got to a level now where you're like, I don't accept that anymore. I don't want that anymore. And unapologetically, I'm going to move forward with actually what it is good for me. Now, for some of you, that's very difficult. It's a bit like standing up in front of a bully, isn't it? And standing your ground and you're shaking and you're like, you know, you don't feel comfortable in that space, but it's necessary and it brings growth. It brings change. Okay. So there's someone here that is going through that right now. And you wouldn't have got to this point if you hadn't been strong, if you hadn't defended yourself and put your needs first. You're starting to do that more and more now. Iwas represents a rebirth. What you might be crying for, the reason that this flood of tears is coming is because you can no longer access that version of yourself that you were before. It doesn't exist anymore. You're not there anymore. You can always think back on that time in your life, but that is not you now. And you're realizing this. And it's almost like the people that were in your life around that version, they no longer exist in your life either. They're not there anymore. So Iwas is a bittersweet pill today because it's suggesting how much you've grown, what you're ready to experience now as this rebirthed version of yourself. But there's also that feeling of loss in what once was that can no longer be brought back. So you may still be clinging on to some material parts of that, you know. Okay. But you are very protected. And that's why I said at the beginning, you know, about like my protection and stuff like that. Spirit tells me when I need to change something. It tells me when there's a crack in something that I've put in place. And it's up to me to go and do something about that. I could just leave it and ignore the guidance and see where that gets me, or I could actually take it and do something with it. And I feel like that's where you're at right now. You are trusting the guidance that you get. You're no longer questioning where does it come from. You just know where it comes from. And you are allowing it to guide you. And Algiz is proof of that protection that's around you, that guidance that's around you. And it's helping you to create healthy boundaries in your environment and in your life. You are becoming more and more aware of the people that you allow into your home, into your environment, just into your world, into your mind even. You know, you're a lot more careful about who you open up to, what you say. So to some people in your life, you may be appearing quite mysterious at this time. They don't really understand your path or the direction you're going in or what you're doing. But they don't need to understand that. As long as you get it, then that's fine. I couldn't remember the name of the rune then for a minute. That's weird. Canis. This is your illumination right now. You are being put on some kind of pedestal almost. I feel like there's going to be lots of environments, lots of areas that you're going to go to, lots of people that you'll see. They're going to see this different glow in you. They're going to see this light in you that's changing, that's sparking. And it's good. It feels good, I feel, in you as well. You know, you may be flooded with tears or you've just recently come through that. But that, now the waters are broken, this is where everything starts to happen. So what is this birthing for you? So let's see, what is this going to be birthing for you? Oh, okay. If you're female here, you're actually birthing a very demanding version of yourself. It's like you command people now. You demand to be respected. You may have even said to yourself, like, I'm going to treat myself like royalty. You are treating yourself like royalty now. And you know what? It's starting to appear that way. You are starting to look like royalty. Spirit is starting to gather around as if it's your army protecting you. Okay. You have 2 runes here that represent protection in different ways. This is protection in the way of like how a mother would protect a child. And this is protection of how, like, you know, somebody on your side may give a poison chalice to someone that's an enemy of yours. Yeah, it's that kind of energy. But this one can represent like an army in spirit that's behind you, that's protecting you. That is good to see. You may start to feel like, you know, people are going to think I'm a right obnoxious little whatever, see you next Tuesday. But you aren't. You just, for so long, lay down and let people walk all over you. And you've got to a point where you're like, why do I do that? Why do I need to do that? Why do I feel like I have to do that? You don't anymore. So what advice does Spirit have for you at this time right now during the Great Flood? Okay, there's so much. This is the weirdest reading I've done for a little while because it's kind of telling you to act like the way that you want to act, not how you think you're supposed to act. I feel like for some of you, you've acted like you've tried to be the perfect person, the perfect, you know, eloquent person who always talks right, always does the right thing. This is kind of suggesting, no, be a flipping madam and be immature, be silly, go for it. This is telling you to just be authentic, just be yourself. And if that feels like you want to be silly today or you want to be demanding today, go for it. But this is actually, in you being like that, there's something about a masculine bringing an emotional intelligence towards you. Almost like they're recognizing this light within you or recognizing this energy within you. And it actually makes them feel comfortable. It makes them feel happy because they're seeing you in a different light. Perhaps they thought you were too perfect before. And now you're showing this sign of you that actually, you know, you're making some demands now, like you've never made demands before. In a way, this is how men and women work. It's like a woman likes to feel safe and a man likes to feel proud and needed. And I feel like, well, both men and women need to feel needed, but this particular masculine feels more needed when you are being demanding. They want you to demand from them, basically. That is the message that's coming through on here. They want you to have demands on them because that makes them feel purposeful. Oh, Page of Wands. There's a small step in the direction towards fulfillment here. And it all starts from you changing your perspective. You know, you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to look perfect. All of this stuff, you just got to be authentic. You just got to be yourself. And I feel like you've hidden away a lot of the time in the past because you didn't feel like you matched up to what was in the room. But now you just walk in the room, however you are, whatever you are, and just go for it. And it looks amazing. It's definitely you and it's coming out. We have the Knight of Swords. So expect some quick communication coming in. It could be from that masculine, you know, because I feel like they are really noticing how aligned you are because you are showing this authenticity. If this reading resonates with you and you'd like a personalised reading, drop me a DM. Have a blessed day.